Whew.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Kavere.
And your girl Bianca.
Welcome to our live today. Today we are going to talk about loving the skin you're in. You know, because you have a lot of people that's out here. We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait till they run up. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna wait till they run up a little bit.
Hello. Whoever just joined our live.
Welcome.
All right. Can you introduce yourself, who you is? I know we told some of y'all 4 o'clock, but sorry, we had to take care of some
we had to go get the kids, man. Hey, Life with Key, how you doing? Thank you. Welcome to our live. Thank you so much for coming and joining.
It's Kennedy.
Kennedy. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry.
I can see y'all. It's bright. We got 3 people. Okay, who the other 2? Introduce yourself.
I'm sorry. I do apologize.
That's a nice name. Oh, nice. Somebody left. They gonna like it.
It's okay. It's all right. It is perfectly fine.
Okay, babe, you want to start off?
Yeah. So today's topic is put this way, Jazz, a little bit back. You welcome. Well, today's topic that we're talking about is loving the skin you in. You know, you have a lot of people out there that, you know, don't really appreciate themselves, so they can't show appreciation to others because they don't know what it is. And I found that topic is something that really needs to be talked about, and people need to understand to love themselves. How are you going to love someone else if you don't love you? You know, so I mean, I feel like that's something that we need to speak on, because us as a community of people, we need to show each other what love is. The ones that really know what true love is, we need to teach each other how to love one another, so we can cut down on some of the hatred, so we can cut down on some of this, you know, talking behind other people. Well, they're going to talk about you regardless, but you know what I mean? It'll be to a minimum. You know what I'm saying? If you love yourself, you more geared toward, you know, focusing on how can I make me better, you know, as a person, opposed to, you know, saying bad things about another individual because you want their lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Just stuff like that. I feel like if people really took the time out to get to know themselves and loving the skin that they in, you ain't got to worry about nobody else's skin and what they doing, because you know, by you loving yourself, everything gonna be all right. What you think about that, Kennedy?
And whoever else
in here.
They introduce themselves. They just sitting there.
We live, baby. We live. I think that's a real good topic. That's something that, you know, a lot of people don't like to touch on. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate the thumbs up. Appreciate the thumbs up, man. Thank you so much for that. Welcome.
Exactly. But people that's not
happy with themselves, they have to. Yeah, they have this typical. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. You know, I mean, it's sad, you know, because, well, it's sad. It is sad because for the simple fact of nobody allowed them, taught them how to.
Hey, baby girl.
Nobody taught them, you know what I'm saying, how to go by of building their own self-esteem. You know what I mean? You got to build that self-confidence up. You got to love yourself. Chat. Okay. Yeah. Well, hey, everybody. Welcome. Thank you guys for coming. You know, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We greatly appreciate it.
Well, since you just tuned in, baby girl, the topic is love the skin you're in.
Right. Love the skin you in. You know, regardless of whatever it is. I don't care if you got blemishes all over your face. Love you. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you 900 pounds. Love you. You know what I'm saying? Because how you expect to give somebody else love if you don't love thyself? You know what I'm saying? You got to love you. You got to be able to say, I love myself enough not to allow me to go through these things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I know that. I'm gonna give you an example. For example, it's people out here that always felt as if they're not beautiful,
Yeah.
but they have to look at themselves in the mirror and tell themselves, "I am beautiful. This is who God created. This is who I am."
Right. And that's what you have to do. Because you have a lot of people out here that just because they haven't been taught the things that, you may have things that you learned over the years, they hate you because of it. They hate you because the way that you carry yourself. Hey, Creole. Hey, how you doing? It's Kavere, by the way. Yeah, I know y'all be messing it up. It's all good though, but I just want you to hear it. But yeah, the topic that we are speaking about today is love the skin you in. And that comes with a lot of different points. You know what I'm saying? I'm not no expert in it, but I know from self-experience. Yeah. You have to, that's the only way we can learn anything. Only thing we will know anything is if you learn from thyself.
Should I say it again?
Okay. Yep. Kavere. Kavere. Yeah. So, you have to love thyself. You know what I'm saying? Please hit the like button, guys. If you haven't already, please hit that like button.
You know what? Hold on.
Creole, we're gonna make you a moderator. You feel like doing that?
And Kennedy.
Yeah.
One Kennedy, our moderator?
No, not at first.
And Kennedy, but she always on the lives.
Okay, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. But yeah, as we were saying, I'm not no life coach or anything, you know what I'm saying? But only I can just speak from my experience and the things that I've seen in life. That, you have a lot of young men and young women, hating on another person because, they don't know how to do it. You know what I'm saying? That's where a lot of this stuff come from. You know what I mean? They don't know how. So if you don't know how to do something, you hate what you don't know. You hate the unknown. And a lot of people do that, man. You could be doing good, minding your own business. One of the most chipperest people in the world. But you're going to find some individual that finds something wrong with the way you being. Like, how can that person continuously to be so happy? How can every day, regardless of what they got going on, they just so happy and bouncing around and chipper? That's because they love themselves. At the end of the day, when ain't nobody else got you, you got to have you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't got you, ain't nobody else going to have it. If you don't set a bar and if you don't set a standard for somebody else to follow, then how can you expect to be treated a certain way when you have not even put that out there for them to follow? Cut that down. You know what I'm saying? So you have to. You're welcome, Kennedy. We greatly appreciate you for coming in. You know what I mean? If you guys can, please share this live because a lot of people need to hear about it. This is a discussion. I can't even get my words out. That need to be talked about. Especially in the communities. Period. Especially with young people coming up, they need to hear these conversations. Somebody older women like they did back in the day. My grandmother and I saw the way she was teaching and different stuff like that. She pulled you to the side and you say, baby, you got to love yourself before you can love anybody. And then it had to register for a minute. You know what I mean? It hits you in the chest, you know what I mean? Because you didn't understand it. But now that you are at a point where you can understand, love on thyself. You have to be able to love on yourself. That's how you going. You can't love nobody else. You can't move forward because now when you don't love yourself, you build up this hate. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't have that understanding. You don't know what these things are. Everything is foreign to you. Everything is new to you. So it's just like, man, I don't like that. Why don't you like it? I never did it. Why haven't you never done it? You see what I'm saying? That's the point that I'm trying to make. You know, you can't knock anything until you try it. You know, you have to be able to understand, you know, in life that there are ups and downs. You know what I mean? You can't always have the up. You know what I mean? How would you be able to accept the good if you don't have the bad? You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, how could you expect somebody to love you correctly if you don't even love yourself? You know what I'm saying?
What y'all think about the topic? Give us y'all feedback.
I need some of these women to start talking in here. Bianca, go on here, start talking. Come on, baby. I'm doing all this talking.
I'm finna get. I'm an example. It took me a minute to love the skin I'm in. It was a program I went through. We had to look in the mirror and say we are beautiful. I say from the day we had to do that experiment, it took me about a month and a half to look in the mirror. Yeah, I know people like, but you look in the mirror every day when you brush your teeth, do your all that. Yeah, but not really. I didn't stand in front of the mirror and do my hair, none of that. But the day I did it, I broke down in tears. That's why women with kids need to uplift their kids. Stop telling them they're ugly. Stop telling them they're stupid. Stop telling them they're dumb. Give your kids the positive vibes, the positive stuff that they need, not the negative. Because you don't want them to grow up hating and regretting and feeling left out and alone and want to commit suicide and have all them crazy thoughts in their head. Because there's a lot of that going on today with the suicide with these young kids getting bullied in school.
True. I mean, and Kennedy, you said it in our, you know, look at what Kennedy said. People will say, I love myself, but really not know how to love it all. That's facts. That's 100. You know what I mean? They use the word love like it's a game. You understand what I'm saying? Because they not understand it. You know, they don't know what it is. Oh, if I tell a female I love her, it's easy for me to get X, Y, and Z. But you damaging that person, especially if they already hurt and they have low self-esteem. You are hurting that individual worse. You're making them worse off than they already are.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Now you are setting yourself up for those negative things, such as suicide, and don't want to communicate, or being too scared to communicate because you're afraid of being judged. You know what I'm saying? Like, people have to, think consciously, about what you're doing. You know what I mean? Life and death live within the power of their tongue. And I believe that, you know what I mean? So therefore, that's why I try my best to be careful on what I say. You know what I'm saying? Because one word, you just not know that it can really hurt an individual. A tongue has no bones, baby, but it cuts you. It will cut you like a straight razor. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, from experience, because I did used to have a real flip mouth. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I did. But I also had issues. Yeah, I did have issues before too. You know what I mean? That was insecurities about myself, but I had to look at the man in the mirror. I had to say, I had to think outside of the box, because anytime that a person have that hate, it's like you building yourself in a box, man. You are putting 4 walls up beside you, and you are not allowing your inner self to soar. So with that being said, I had to look in the mirror and say, hey, I don't want to be that person. You know what I'm saying? I want to be the best me I possibly can be. So what I started doing is I started motivating myself. I started allowing myself to think beyond what my current circumstances was. So, once I did that and I allowed my mind to grow, then, a lot of things start coming. A lot of things start being more easier. You know what I'm saying? Practice make perfect. So you have to start with thyself. If you don't start with thyself, then you know what I mean?
You're never gonna be able.
You're never gonna take off. You're never gonna get to that next level.
They throwing it around like a tongue.
Yeah, a tongue toy. Yeah, they do throw it around like it's a tongue toy. They throw it around like it's a penny in the street. Now,
that's true.
I'm gonna tell you something. For everybody that has walked outside, you've always came across a penny. And that's the same way that they throw the word love around. See, love back in the day really had a meaning. You wouldn't tell a person, I love you unless you really meant it. You know what I mean? That's so many marriages back in the day, because noticing that you have a problem. You're right. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. I noticed that I had a problem, and then I fixed it. You know what I mean? So how can I love you if I don't love me? How can I seek a better job if I don't self-build? How can I, I don't get those skills. You know what I mean? Iron sharpens iron. So I can't get no wood and go out here and sharpen the iron knife. No, it's not going to work like that. I have to be able to, sharpen my tools, so therefore I can move forward. And by me moving forward and reaching back to help somebody that was once in a situation that I was in. You know what I'm saying? So we as people, we have to wake up not only to what's going on out here. Yes, love is an action, but you have to take the action, take the necessary actions to make to make sure that that love action that you are trying to show is real. Because if you don't know nothing about it, you ain't gonna be able to give it. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, yeah, that first step is diagnosing the problem, seeing that you have an issue. Some people around here look at, you know, what they doing is okay because they don't know no better.
Well, maybe they used to getting.
Well, they used to getting treated like that.
Yeah.
You have some women that I've known personally that don't feel that a man loves them unless they put their hands on them.
That's bad.
And that's sad. You do have people out here like that.
But they always say once they get through doing what they doing, baby, I'm sorry, I love you. That ain't love.
That's not. I mean, it's just a cover up. People do make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, you have to correct those mistakes and move forward from those mistakes, vowing to never do those things that, cause you to be in that situation in the first place. You know what I'm saying? And that goes back again with, do you love yourself enough to say, okay, I'm not going to be treated that way. I'm worth more. You know what I mean? I value myself enough that I'm not going to even set myself in that predicament. Because, what if you do something, to yourself or harming somebody else? Well, you're gonna be either dead or in jail. And being those two places, what can you do to help anybody else? Somebody that you really feel the love for, like a close family member. So you feel the love for a close family member, but you don't feel the love for a person that you considered as an outsider. That's just like a double standard. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like that would be crazy. So with that being said, you just gotta make sure that you love yourself so you can love properly. And then you will be able to pick up the warning signs of those that's portraying that they do love you. Because like, if you don't know the game, somebody always gonna be able to run game on you. You know what I'm saying? But if you know it, you'll be able to pick out like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? This person trying to play games with me. This person's trying to play games with my heart. And then, by you picking up on that, you'll be able to be like, okay, let's put the brakes on this situation. You know what I mean? Let's really put the brakes on this situation. Welcome to the live, y'all. Thank you guys for coming in. Please share this live. It is a great topic. We have some brilliant women in this chat. Excuse me, that can, share, knowledge and wisdom with everybody, no matter if it's a man or a woman, a girl or a boy. We all are here to help each other get to that next level. It's nothing about hindering in this atmosphere. We projecting, we putting love out there. You know what I mean? We putting self-worth out there. We trying to help you grow. So with that, man, we just got to do what we got to do to help each other. Maybe what you got to say? You just over here looking. You ain't
I don't
saying
say what
nothing.
I gotta say.
I know I talk a lot. I do,
Yeah.
but this
He do most of the talking, yeah.
I did this for a living. You know what I'm saying? I talk. You know what I mean? But I mean, you gotta love each other, man. You know, thank you for that. You know, it is what's up. You know, we have to love on one another. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, what made one of the things that made me, you know what I mean, really want to talk about this topic is, you know, there was something that happened recently, you know, and I saw it and it touched me. It really did. You know, I mean,
He is Kenny.
you know, it really, really touched me. So it was like I felt like me as a man, I had to say something about it. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I had to be the one to speak out. You know what I mean? I had to be the one that say, okay, well, you know what I mean? If you need that love, here is a message to you. Here is the steps of how to do it. Get up, look in the mirror, and say, I love you. There's nothing wrong with telling yourself, I love you. There's nothing wrong with patting yourself on the back. There's nothing wrong with encouraging yourself. You know what I mean? You have to. These are the things that you have to do. I'm not going to allow in my bearded white voice.
Love is an icon.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we have to. I mean, as people, as the, you know what I mean, the foundation layer for these people. You know, a foundation was laid for us. You know, so therefore we as a people have to lay the foundation for the ones that come behind us. And love is one of the most powerful things in the world because nothing can overtake love. You know what I'm saying? So if you teach love, man, all this hate has no other choice but to leave. You know what I mean? Like we have to take that stand as a people. You know, teach your kids love. You know, hug them, kiss them. You know what I mean? The little one every single morning, we wake up. I give him a hug and I give him a kiss on his jaw. The reason for that is because I want him to know he's loved no matter what. Yeah, you know, you're in trouble when you make mistakes. You know, you get consequences. Everybody does. If you go out here and bust somebody's window out, police gonna come lock you up, or somebody gonna tag that ass. That's your consequence. You know what I mean? So, but I'm just saying, like, life, you know, life is, if you mess up, you're gonna be corrected. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, let's correct this situation by teaching people, especially, you know, the young women and the young men, you know, how to love. And one thing that always, you know, and this is another thing that, you know, I wanted to bring up is, you know, as young men, you know, as young men is growing up to become men, you know, if the love is not there, but from the mothers at the early age, it's not given. You know, nobody has love for a man as they would give to a female. There's always a helping hand to help a woman, but there aren't too many that will help a man. They're gonna be like, well, you know, he can, you know what I mean, he a man, you know what I'm saying? He got his help and strength. I get out here and get it, he can get it too. But you never know what's going on behind closed doors. Maybe that man was never taught how to do the things that you are. Maybe he wasn't given that opportunity that you got. You understand what I'm saying? So we have to, as people, stop criticizing. That's the main thing, you know, and teach each other. You know, a girl can walk to another female and a female will give her a hug, hands down. Oh, they embrace the female, I mean, community embrace each other. Yeah, you got a lot of hate that's going on in there too, but we'll talk about that in a minute. But in the male community, it's always a macho thing. There's always,
hey Don.
Hey Donald, how you doing? Welcome to our live, man. Thank you for coming in.
on the same
playing field.
Yep.
I mean, and like I say, a female will embrace another female, with the quickness. Oh, girl, it's gonna be okay. You know what I'm saying? But a man, he go to another man and he try to tell him how he feel. Oh man, you better stop with all that soft stuff, man. We men around here. But you got to understand what people have to understand, that a man have a sensitive side too. Yep. A sensitive side that doesn't be exercised a lot, because for the simple fact of his masculinity has to continuously be that forefront. You know what I'm saying? He has to make sure that his masculinity is showing. If not, then he's classified. You know what I'm saying? He's put in all these different categories due to the fact of he shed a tear, or he's, he's down on his luck, and he get to that point where he's venting, and he need a shoulder to cry on. A man have to cry in silence. A man is not really, if a man cry in public, then he's considered weak. He's not considered a man. That's not true.
That's sad.
That's definitely not true. But if a woman cries, somebody gonna hand her a napkin. There's gonna be arms to wrap around her and say, okay, sister.
It'll be okay.
It's gonna be okay. But you don't have too many men out here that's willing to give that helping hand to his own brother. That's why I say that you have to teach love. Even though, yes, you teach it, it still gets rough. And you still need that, but you always have a reflection. You can reflect on, oh, I'm loved by these many people. I'm loved by this person. I'm loved by my auntie. I'm loved by my grandmother. I'm loved by my mother. I'm loved by my brother. You know what I'm saying? But they not taught to embrace a man. He has feelings just like a female does. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's same. The emotions just not as high as a female, but they do come up. They do rise. A man hurt too. A man hurts more than a woman, if you really ask me, because for the simple fact of, there is no nourishment. There is no public band-aid. There is none of that. A man is to taught to be strong and stand to protect. But who is to protect him? You see what I'm saying? Who is to protect his feelings? Who is there to motivate him? What if he don't have a woman? So then what? You see what I'm saying? So that's why I say, if we teach self-love and to love, and for you to love thyself, regardless of whatever situation comes about, you gonna love you even if nobody else loves you. That's what I'm just trying to put that message out there, man. I'm just trying to put that out there. So true. Yeah, definitely double standards. And regarding gender roles, it is that is. Hey, welcome, Gabby. Thank you. This is my goddaughter, y'all. Gabby Walker. Welcome. I love you, baby. Thank you for tuning in to my live. I greatly appreciate that. And that's another thing. And the things that I've instilled in my godchildren is, always be respectful, love one another, and never hate on nobody, because your turn is surely to come. You know what I'm saying? You have to always stay positive. You have to always stay, grounded. Yeah, when they done messed up, I done been on them too. But at the same time, I'm showing them love. I'm showing them how to love. She say, smile, Bianca.
I'm trying to read these dang on comments, but this thing's so bright.
Yeah, I'll tune it down some. I just got this light on, so we can you know what I'm saying? Okay. So it wouldn't be so. There we go. It's cool now. But yeah, that's what I was just saying. Like, children has to be taught. It has to. It's mandatory.
It do.
How to love one another, because it's. I look at the news all the time. We are from Chicago, and every time you turn on the news, it's somebody getting killed. Is somebody, you know
innocent
what I mean?
kids.
Innocent kids getting shot. Why? Why is that?
Because all the hate out there in the world.
Again, it goes back to that with the topic that I was just saying. Ain't nobody teaching them nothing.
And
You
then
know what I'm saying?
all these young men thinking the streets is gonna teach them something, but ain't teaching them nothing
It
but the
ain't
wrong
gonna
road.
teach them. It ain't gonna what? What it's like. Society tells you, here's a basketball. You have books. You can go to school. There are books out there, but to a certain race of people, here's a basketball, here's a football, here's a tennis racket. You can be good at this. Forget education.
That's bad.
And it's bad. So what are you being taught?
Nothing.
Nothing. And then you don't do good in that because you start hanging with the wrong crowd. Then look at what it done got you. You done lost your scholarship. You done got kicked out of school. Only thing you know is the streets. You hanging in the streets, you get a record, you doing all this negative stuff, you getting shot at. You know what I mean? You trying to do something to survive.
That's true.
You know what I mean? But it's not, it's nobody is like, here's my hand. Let me help you. You don't see that too often. There is people that help. I'm not saying there isn't, but I'm saying it's not often presented. That's something to think about. Maybe if you had somebody that was loving on these little guys and teaching them that selling drugs and playing sports and pimping and all these other things are not the way, showing them, put a book in their hand. Okay, let me teach you about people that went through a similar situation but got out. You know what I'm saying? That got out. That went took an alternative route. You know what I'm saying? And the main thing is, man, is they not being taught it. There's no men that sit out here and say, oh, I'm finna help this young brother. You know, especially like me. I grew up in the hood. I grew up in Inglewood in Chicago. You didn't have too many people that, especially in your inner circle where you lived in your neighborhood, you didn't have those people that said, okay, young brother, you know what I mean? This is what I'm going to show you. You know what I mean? You went to school, you tried to get an education, and then when you came home from school, you're ducking gunshots because gangs are rivaling. I mean, you still got that same stuff that goes on to this day. I'm not trying to sugarcoat anything and make it seem like when I was growing up, it was a lot worse. No, that's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is you have to put forth that effort. Us as men, we have to teach other men to love the skin that they in. We have to teach them, you know, these things, especially at an early age, because I mean, how you expect a tree to grow? A tree starts with a seed. You got to plant that seed in them. And if you plant that seed and you water that seed and you nourish it properly, then it's going to turn into a beautiful tree.
Yeah, but it ain't just boys that's out here doing all that too. It's women too.
Yes, it is. Too. I'm speaking to everybody. I'm just saying, like, everybody, period. You know what I'm saying? You got to teach
these
women
mothers gotta
and
stand
men.
Up. Mothers and fathers need to stand up and start raising their kids.
Yes.
When you see your kid go down the wrong road, you need to pull them back.
You need to pull them to the side
road
and set them straight.
Because you don't want nothing to happen to them.
And then if something, God forbid, something does go wrong,
then you want to hoop and holler and be on TV and all that and acting a fool. It ain't going to change nothing.
It's not going to bring them back. If you would have
did what you had to do in the beginning, this would never happen.
Exactly. See, we as a people, as a whole, I'm not just going to say black, because it's not just black people, it's white people, it's cultures. Everybody. We as people, period, has become lazy. They don't want to raise their kids. They too busy with their jobs all the time. And that's another thing, man, that we all as a people need to create jobs for people. You know what I mean? Create, you know what I mean? That stability to where you can be at home and you can play that role in the house. You know, I mean, you always gone and They don't never really
Working
see you.
12-hour shifts.
I understand you trying to pay the bills and everything like that, but dang,
money
man,
come and go. You can always, you're going to lose a job, you're going to find a job.
Exactly.
But if you don't spend that quality time with your child, they will not know what love is.
Me and Bianca had this conversation a long time ago because we both used to work crazy hours. 12 hours. 12 hours a day.
He working 9 to 9. I'm working 3 to 3.
Right. So we working. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when I get off work, the kids in the bed. You know what I mean? She get off work, they in the bed. You know what I'm saying?
I get off, they getting out of school. But then when I get off of work, I'm tired.
Right. She ain't really got
so that much energy to stay up. So,
you know, I mean, it's you know, changes. I end up my situation was crazy because I still would have been working that crazy shift if, you know what I mean. Sometimes God puts you in a situation, you know, to where He has to sit you down to realize that, man, your whole life is just gone. So many opportunities out there, so many ways to make money and get creative opportunities yourself. And have multiple. Yes, I mean streams of revenue. I mean, yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, you know, people have to understand that there is more to life than just busting your ass for somebody else. Mm-hmm. God put us all here to be creative.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Not trying to preach to nobody, but this is what I believe. You know what I mean? This is my belief. You know, we all are put here to recreate. You know, we are here to help. We're not here to hurt nobody. You know what I'm saying? We're not supposed to do these things. We're not supposed to do a lot of things, but people still do it, which is sad. It's a sad situation. But to turn a sad situation into a positive situation, we need to hunker down. You know, we need to hunker down as a people and really rebuild. So many people caught in the rat race, life just passing by. I mean, that's true. You know, I mean, people are caught in that rat race. They trying to be in competition. Oh, I can outdo him. Oh, let me go buy this type of car. You know what I mean? So therefore, I can fit in with the Joneses. Man, screw that.
That car ain't gonna last that long.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, so if you do,
gonna pay that car,
right? If you do buy that car, right, it's gonna take you a whole lot more money to fix that car if something go wrong with it. Well, you know what I'm saying? So you got to be able to say, like, man, look, I'm gonna live within my means for right now. You know what I mean? Let me get this. I might can get this little, it ain't a hoopty, but it's something a little better than this hoopty until I can get me from point A to point B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way through Z. You know what I'm saying? And stack my bread.
And then maybe I'll turn.
And then after my bread is stacked, I can move on to something else. I know this conversation is bouncing around, but that goes into self-discipline, love self, and creating space for you. You know what I mean? So if you don't create space for yourself, ain't nobody else gonna do it. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to preach to nobody. If I reach one person and my message that I'm providing right now, reach one person and help change your life or change your outlook on things, I've done my job. Because you know what? What I share to one person, gonna share to another. It's gonna be the domino effect. You know what I mean? And then eventually when you really look at it, you did make a big change. You did make a big impact in the world. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm about. I'm about, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm about having fun, but this is something, me as a man, I had to take this stand. I had to talk about love the skin that you in. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Key, welcome to our live. Thank you for coming in.
Oh, Key can't eat.
Yeah, thank you for coming in. Our topic today that we're talking about is, excuse me, love the skin that you in. You know what I mean? You have to be able to love thyself if you want to love somebody else. Or even know how to even be loved properly.
His name is Kavere.
Yeah, Kavere. Yeah, that's how you say it.
Twin, give me a water.
You know what I mean? You got to love on one another. You know what I mean? And if you do discipline a person, always make sure that you give them an explanation, you know what I mean, of why it's happening. You know what I mean? Everything is about teaching. Everything is about learning as well. So I mean, at the same time you teaching, you learning, because you definitely will learn something new. You know what I mean? So just be open.
Yeah.
Be very understanding. Walk into every situation with an open mind, because I guarantee you're going to learn something today that you didn't know yesterday. You know what I'm saying? That's the main thing, man. You know what I mean? We have to learn from every single step that we take in life. You know, we as a people, you know what I'm saying? I'm not just speaking about black people. I'm talking about everybody. And all this dividing. I mean, damn, I ain't know we was doing mathematics every time. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like every time you turn around, somebody want to divide this class of people with that class of people. Screw that. That's what I say. I say everybody should pitch in. You know what I mean? Come together. We all come together as a people, man. We will be unstoppable.
Well, what's the name of that daycare? We raise the community or something like that.
It take a village to raise a child.
Yeah, there you go.
It take a village to raise people. You understand what I'm saying? Because it takes the old heads, the one that has more wise, that is more wiser than, you know what I mean, to teach everybody. So when an older person is talking and speaking,
you should listen.
I shut up. You know why? It's because they have way more wisdom than I have, because they've lived that life. So I want to hear what you're talking about. Maybe it's something that I can make applicable to my life. Maybe it's something that I can apply on a daily basis. Thought about that? No, because they too stuck up and they too caught in their ways, and stupidity has set in, and they don't want to do anything about it because it became comfortable. You feel me? You know what I mean? We have to be able to change that stinking thinking, because if we don't change that stinking thinking, it will devour you. Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. And I mean, it's a lot of things that you've said, Donald, that over the years I've taken a lot of heed to. Because hey, Crystal, welcome. We are talking about with this. We talking about this hot topic. You know, love the skin that you in. How can you love somebody else if you don't love thyself? That's what we talking about. You know what I mean? And Donald, to answer your question, man, I have learned a lot from you, brother. You know what I mean? A lot of things conversations that we've had, you know what I'm saying? I've learned a lot from you. You know what I mean? I also made it applicable, you know what I mean, to my day-to-day life. You know what I'm saying? The way that I'm living, you know what I mean? The way that I structure things, you know what I mean? I mean, yeah, I definitely paid attention. I listened, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but this message that I put out here, that I'm putting out here, is to reach the people that don't have an outlet, the people that feel as if they don't got nobody. I know, man. I know, bro. I know you joking. You know what I'm saying? I ain't, bro. I ain't tripping. I know you joking with me, man. But yeah, you know what I mean? This message is for those that don't have an outlet. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Don't he them? Don't he? Just picture. He talks to me every day. But I do learn, so I learn a lot.
Yeah, you never too old to learn. I'm always willing to listen to somebody that's wise. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's very important to listen. That's, you know what? That's why I feel, you know what I mean? And I heard an old preacher say this to me. He said, that's why God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth, because you should do twice as much as listening than you do speaking. Twice as much. You got 2 ears. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you have to listen, especially to the little ones. When they are voicing their opinions and they are talking about different things, what's bothering them, you know, you have to be able to listen to what it is that they are telling you. Don't always overtalk them and cancel them out. Hear them out. allow them to say what it is that's on their
Express their
chest. You know what I
feelings.
mean? Because for the simple fact of they could be telling you in so many words, "Oh, I'm about to commit suicide," and you too blind to even, you know what I mean, see it, because you fail to do what? You fail to listen. And you can save that individual's life. You know what I mean? We all do that. We all have.
Yeah, I did a big change.
Okay,
Because
Crystal.
I
Well, we
used to,
thank you from stopping in and showing love, man. You know what I mean? Keep up the good work. You know what I mean? You doing a sensational job. You doing, especially what you was talking about, your post on trafficking. You know what I mean? That right there is very powerful. So thank you for sharing that. You know what I mean? Putting that out there. Everybody go and check out Miss Crystal Mukbang and Fitness Workout, man. Check her out. You know, if you haven't grabbed somebody in this live, make sure you grab them. You know, because we finna dig deep. Key say people listen to the response instead of listening. Okay, listen and understand. It's true. I mean,
I used to do that before when I was young.
You have to be able to listen to a person. How we gonna get to understand? If we both yelling,
ain't nobody hearing what nobody
ain't
saying.
nobody hearing nothing. You know what I'm saying? We just going back and forth. Words are just bouncing off each other. Somebody gonna have to stop. Somebody gonna have to listen. You know what I mean? We gonna have to listen to something, whether if it's good or bad. You got a choice. You know what I mean? And that comes with loving yourself. If you love yourself, you're not gonna put yourself in a bad situation to where you know what I mean, you are very uncomfortable. You're gonna be like, nah, man, I'm not finna dig, I'm not finna go there. You know what I mean? I'm not finna allow myself to be put in that situation because that can take my life or my freedom. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want either one of those. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look, jail ain't a place for nobody. You know what I mean? It's no place for nobody. And don't nobody want to die. We all got to go there, but
you don't want to go early.
You don't want to go early. You still got some teaching to do. You still need some lessons for you still to be learned. You know what I'm saying? We have to, as people, have to be able to, you know what I mean, help one another in understanding what it is that's out there and how we can go by of maneuvering around it. You know what I mean? So we wouldn't get caught up in this unnecessariness.
What you say, jail is horrible?
Yeah, jail is horrible. It's a horrible place to be. You got somebody telling you when to wake up, when to eat, when to sleep, when you can go to the bathroom, when you can shower, when you can talk, when you got to shut up. They talk to you like you a dog. Dogs get better treatment than they get in jail.
Me too, Kekan. That's the only way I know about it. I ain't never been there, but it's the only way I know about it. It's meant to break you.
You know what? Society is meant to break you. To tell you the truth, if you really look at it, who's winning? Who's winning? You got your 40 acres in the mule. You know what I'm saying? Do you have riches in your account? If you don't get up on a daily basis and go out here and do something, or your husband don't get up and go out here and do something, we all be in the soup line, begging for somebody else to help us because we can't help ourselves. I always reflect back on this one saying. And this one saying is, if you give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. But if you teach a man to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. If I teach you how to love yourself, how to open up to yourself and love on you, then you are not going to have to, I'm not going to have to worry about somebody else not loving on you, because you'll be able to understand what love is, what it takes to earn love, and how to give it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that is crazy. Kiki. I'm sorry. I was looking at Kikan. Kiki, do you love me? Yeah, but we have to, we have to take that stand. You know what I mean? I know everybody is, in society the way it is now, man, you can't trust a lot of people. I'm just gonna say it because it's true. You know what I mean? You can't trust a lot of people because you know what I mean. Again, they throw that word love out there, and you know what I mean, like it's just a Uno card. Let's put it like that. They rolling the word love out there like it's a game, like you shaking dice, and you don't know who is genuine these days. You know what I mean? But your spirit gonna pick up on who's who.
Yes, I
You know what I mean?
Get
Like you get around certain people, you get bad vibes, man. You be like, man, bro, look, I don't know, but I'm finna shake this spot, right? Because things don't feel right. You know what I mean? Because it's good. You know what I mean? This is something to talk about, man. If y'all haven't, please share this live. Share it on your Facebook. You know what I mean? Just go to the share button and share it. People need to join this. People need to hear this message.
Just people say it to make you feel good.
Yeah, they do. People be lying hard though. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's right, Creole. Because I always listen to my intuition.
You have to. That gut feeling, if it tell you, because I know I was in a situation one time. You know what I mean? A guy had asked me to. I was working with him, but he was asking me to, drop him off at the crib. I say, man, no problem, bro. I'll help you out. It was raining outside. He ain't had no way. But he was like, man, I need to stop right here first.
Red flag.
No, that ain't how this go. I said I would take you from point A to point B. I ain't agree about nothing on stopping and doing none of that stuff. And plus, I really don't know you like that. I just know you from the job. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to do you a solid. But then, you know what I mean? Then it was like when the next day when he got back to work, he was acting real funny. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like if you're not streetwise, you know what I mean? You would have been okay, I'll do it. You know what I mean? Nah, bruh. That ain't how this gonna work. You know what I mean? Because now you're gonna bring that street side of me out, and that don't need to be brought out. You know what I mean? Don't try to play them games with me. You know what I mean? If I'm doing good by you, then let this continue to be a good situation. Because it can get real ugly real fast. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like I say, you can't really trust people like that. You know what I mean? But there's nothing wrong when it's an open environment and you talking to an individual and you say, hey, you know what? It's going to be all right. You know what I mean? It's okay to cry. It's okay to express your feelings. You know what I mean, Donald, no, man. You know what I mean? I'm a man, and I'm not afraid to admit it. I done cried in front of him plenty of times when I done, you know what I mean? I'm hurt. You know what I mean? But Donald is that type of brother that understands. He understands that, we have to be here for one another. I ain't weak. We do hurt. You know what I mean? And what helped me to bounce back is the words that, you know what I mean, he helped instill. He told me that was already instilled in me. You got to love yourself. Because if don't nobody else love you, who gonna love you if you don't love yourself? You know what I mean? Yeah, man, baby, you go ahead and say something. What you got to say about the situation? Because you just sitting up here.
Heck, I'm listening to you and reading their comments.
I'm getting a little parched. I've been talking for 54 minutes straight.
Yeah, you do that every day in the house.
But that's the thing.
Listen to your intuition.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I've been talking 54 minutes straight.
Look, he can.
You know what I'm saying? I need a little, you know what I'm saying, a little lubricant. You know what I'm saying?
Break.
No, I don't need no
You
break. I'm just
water?
saying I got a look. Yep,
You
7
need
Up.
some water. You need some water. I know 7 Up.
But yeah.
This is an interesting conversation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you know what I'm saying? I've been saying this for the longest. And you know that I teach that to the kids on a regular basis. You know what I mean? Respect your mama. Do what you got to do. You know what I mean? Always be the worst thing that people can do is tell a young man to man up. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, and that deny him that one thing that make him, you know what I mean, human, which is an emotion. That's what I was talking about. See, that's the thing that, and I don't know if you was in here, Donald, but I touched on this subject. I was like, you know, I said that women, you know what I mean, are very nurturing to each other. You know what I'm saying? It's just a given. Oh, sis, it's gonna be all right. Everything gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? And they become friends. They build that relationship. The female community is strong, especially when it comes down to, you know, being emotional, because a woman know how emotional another woman can be. How vulnerability kicks in as well. You know how vulnerable a person can. But when a man is going through, you know what I mean, they always man up. Don't nobody want to hear that soft. You know what I'm saying? You know how this happens because it don't happen to me. You have to continuously to be tough. They want you to become a narcissist. You know what I mean? That's what it seems like you have to be. You're not allowed to have an emotion or a feeling when you're a man. That's a lie. You human. You are a human being. Okay? So that means you have that emotion. It's just hid. A man had to hide it a lot because for the simple fact of it's not accepted. Yeah, if he's short a lot, then they're gonna think he's sensitive, right. He's soft. Oh, you know what I'm saying? All that crazy stuff. Man, look, ain't nothing about me soft. But if I shed tears, that mean I'm hurting. That mean I'm hurting bad. It means I'm hurting to the point where, you know, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Being vulnerable is a sign of weakness. And it's not. It's just you being a human being. You only being human. You know what I'm saying? Like when a baby cry, you know what I mean? Oh, suck it up. You know what I mean? Suck that up. You know what I mean? That you've been told that a lot. You know what I mean? I've said it a couple of times too. But at the same time, even though I said it, I still shown love. You understand what I'm saying? I still shown the way. And you ain't got too many people out here that show that, man. Real talk. No matter where you at, I don't care what country you in, all across the globe, a man being emotional is not accepted. Not accepted at all. There is a host of other things that has been accepted. But a man, yeah, we ain't gonna get into that. But a man being emotional or being hurt, he gotta be weak. Oh, he a punk. Oh, you know what I'm saying? He one of them weak individuals. We hurt too. Sometimes our play can be very overwhelming because of all the things that we are carrying on our shoulders and we break down. Why do you think that they have this sculpture with the world is on the man's shoulders and he's kneeling? Because the weight of the world can wear your ass down. That's facts. The weight of the world will wear you down, especially on a man's shoulders, because he has no outlet. He has no platform to express his feelings. If he ain't tough, that's why when men hurt each other. Yeah, that's why they hurt each other. That's why you have so many people that's out here, you know what I mean, hurting one another just because, oh, don't nobody care about me? Yes, a lot of men say that. Yeah. Don't nobody care about me. So I'm finna go out here and hurt other people. So I'm gonna go do somebody else what's been done to me. Take their anger on the wrong person. Because they hurting inside themselves, and they do not have a platform to express it on without being judged. That's the same thing with mental illness. You know what I'm saying? You have a lot of people that has mental issues that want to express themselves, want somebody to talk to, but they're afraid of how that they would be shut down, how they would be judged. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the most saddening thing in the world.
Like if y'all feel that y'all need to talk to somebody, call somebody up that y'all know that's close to y'all. Like,
you say I should be a public speaker?
Shouldn't he? He can talk all day.
You know, but I mean, I'm speaking facts though. It's true. You know, it's true. I mean, we talking about the truth here. You know what I mean? This live is nothing but truth. People need to hear that. People need to understand that we must love on one another. We have to. It's very critical. You know what I mean? And allow a man to express himself on an emotional platform opposed to always showing strength. You know what I'm saying? Everything get weak at a point in time. You can build the most strongest structure in the world. As time go on, it become weak at some point. The weather, rain, all these things that's hit, and all these things become like a big wrecking ball. Oh, I need to charge the computer about to die.
Give me the charge.
Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. We're gonna keep on going on. You see, that's why I was on
talk to potential donor. I'll at you later. All right.
Okay. All right, man. Stay up, brother. Oh, I need that piece, that adapter piece.
We need that adapter piece.
No. The piece that goes on here.
Oh, just plug it up over there.
Oh, yeah. Let me see that.
Oh, there's one right there by me. I didn't even know.
Yeah, stretch it on your side there.
That'll be easy. Sorry, y'all.
Well, Donald, I thank you for stopping in, man. You know what I mean? This is a very powerful subject to talk about, man. And I definitely appreciate you dropping your nuggets, man. That's greatly appreciated. 100 for that. 100.
That's so true. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I try to make it as positive as I possibly can. You know what I mean? Yeah, I reference to a lot of things, you know what I mean? But that only to paint this big picture. You know what I mean? To help paint this picture. You know what I'm saying? Because I know everything, you know, I reference it to something that people has seen. You know what I mean? You've seen sculptures. I mean, you've been to school. They show it in world history. You know what I mean? They show all these art artifacts and all these art sculptures, and you know, so I really, you know what I mean, I try my best to, you know what I mean, make it to as close as possible of something that you have vigilance, you know what I'm saying, that you have visualized before, that you have laid your eyes on. And you know what I mean, it helps, you know what I mean, it helps a lot of people, you know what I mean, like for real. Yeah, like please guys, you know, hit that thumbs up, you know what I mean, share. If you have a Facebook, put this on Facebook, share it out there, man, because there are a lot of people that need to hear this message. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be here for quite some time. You know what I mean? This needs to be out there. It need to be heard. It need to be heard by everybody. You know what I mean? We as people, we have to come together. You know what I mean? We have to be able to teach our young, you know, the way of being. You know, you have to take that responsibility upon yourself. We as a people, I've always heard this other saying that I say, each one teach one. What you've learned, pass it on to somebody else, because you never know. That can be the key to them living another day. That could be the key to that lock that unlocks a brighter tomorrow. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't understand that. They hold everything in. You know why they say the graveyard is so rich? The reason that they say that is because, yeah, they say the graveyard is very, very rich. You know why? Because a lot of people were afraid of expressing those key thoughts that they had, so they died with it.
Oh wow, that's a new.
They don't
Never heard
express
that.
what they have. I mean, you have musicians that was there, but they were scared to take that next step forward to allow their music to be therapeutic to
That
somebody else.
is. I ain't never heard that.
Yes, it's true. Hey, you can Google it. I'm trying to tell you, it's there. It's there.
Trust me, he'll
The
bring up a
graveyard
whole.
is the richest place ever.
That's why people take their secrets to the
They
grave.
take bang. They take it to the grave with them.
Everybody trying to sit around and think,
Oh, how did they do this? How did they do that? You know what I mean? That's all right, baby. Don't worry about that. We'll call them back. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it do. The graveyard is the richest place ever because all your thoughts die with you. That's a deep, deep thing right there. You have to be able and not afraid to take that stand because you never know by you taking that step forward how many people's lives you can impact. Let's think about that for a minute. Whatever it is that you have that's very positive that you've been wanting to share, just like making this YouTube channel, right? It once was a thought before you made it in a reality. You got on here because you wanted to express yourself and you want others to feel the joy or hear the message that you got, right? So you went ahead and you took that step of making a channel. You took that step of recording a video. You took that step to edit it and make that video public so the world could see it. I applaud you because your content, whatever it is, don't. That's the baby. He's screaming in the background. He looking at that show he be watching. It be having him screaming like crazy. Whatever it is, you know, it helps a person escape from whatever it is that they dealing with. Yeah, if you can take a person's mind for 1 minute, yeah, they will. If you can take a person's mind just for 1 minute, if I can take your mind and I can give you an escape, okay? I'll just take you completely away from what it is that's bothering you or torturing you or, you know what I mean, whatever situation that you may be in that brings you down. Just for that 1 minute or however long my video is, if it's 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, however long it is, and it take your mind away from your problems, that is a relief, people. That is the best relief. That why you think that YouTube is so big, because people don't know how to express themselves. They look forward to us as creators to express ourselves for them. And it'd be the same exact thing. They are looking to us as creators to create something that take them completely away from what it is that they're going through. Man, I'm dropping nuggets. I'm dropping nuggets. You understand what I'm saying? That's the reason that I wanted to be a creator. That's the reason that we wanted to do this. Because for the simple fact of the messages that I'm going to be bringing, it's going to be smoking hot. You feel me? Because this right here is a topic that's underrated. No one talks about it. Ooh, I mean, you might see a TV show here and there, but then after that, it's just gone. It vanished. The main thing they out here talking about: sex, who's sleeping with who, drugs, money, drugs, guns. I mean, what is that going to do? How are you teaching your people? Let's talk about it.
Yeah, TV ain't nothing but negative these
I'm here to
days.
talk about it. I'm here to talk about it all because I done been through a lot of stuff that people done been through. I recently lost my mom. That was one of the most heart-wrenching things that you can ever imagine. And my mother has taught me, and my grandmother, may they both rest, they have taught me to be a man. For those out there that say women can't raise a man,
Yeah,
I disagree. Thank you so much. Thank you. So around the holidays, it'd be really this would be
well, yeah.
coming up in December would be 1 year. You know, so it's still hurt. I just in the house recently, I broke down in here because of a situation and I was missing my mom so bad. You know what I mean? That's something that would knock you off your feet. But the only way that I bounce back, God, and what my mother and grandmother instilled in me at such an early age. You have to be a strong young man, regardless whatever happens. You have to understand that you are loved, and this is how you love yourself. So therefore, when no one else loves you, you still will feel the love of us.
Yeah, she is.
You know what? I hope so. That's my main goal. All I ever wanted to do was make her proud. All I ever wanted to do was make her proud because they have sacrificed so much for us. You know what I'm saying? Mothers, I commend you. I take my hat off to you. You understand that? I give you the utmost respect. I love you all for the job that you do. Creole, I was listening to your live today. You only get 4 hours of sleep, you know, because you always up ripping and running. I pay very close attention to everything.
And working.
And work doing your job, you know, the Airbnb, you know, you grinding so you can make sure that your kids have a better tomorrow. Your husband, he was working nights, all of I pay attention. And I appreciate you for sharing that story because, you know, that is something that need to be put out there. Children need to. It is very important to appreciate and respect your parents because they are making the ultimate sacrifices. Now, they could throw your ass to the wolves. They don't have to be out here grinding and doing the things that they are doing to make sure that you have a better tomorrow. No, you didn't ask to be here, but you came here out of love. I don't care what it was, that moment. It was some love in there somewhere. Even if it was a one night stand, that you were loving it, whatever it is. It was loving. There was some love in there. And that's facts. Regardless of whatever you was loving the feeling, you was loving everything. Thanks for being there, y'all. That's so true. Parents sacrifice so much for their children. My parents did. Yes. Yes, that too. They love that feeling. That's what it was going. It was some love there somewhere. I'm being silly, but it was some love that they was loving that feeling. They loved the way you look.
Not that one night
They loved
stand.
the way you look. You know what I'm saying? They loved something. It was something. It was some twinkle. You feel me? Something had to be a stimulation somewhere. You understand that? It had to be a stimulation. I ain't lying. Somebody was stimulating something. You feel? But for the most part, you know, it's so much sacrificing going on that, you know, a lot of people sacrifice a lot of things. And they sacrifice so much that they forget to be there. You sacrifice your time. You sacrificing all these memories. You see what I'm saying? You're sacrificing hearing your child speak their first words because, oh, I got to grind. I got to do this. Your supervisor eating on your ass. This, that, and the third. Right? But when we really look at it, who losing? The kids. Because you are not there to teach them some of these things that need to be taught. There's nothing like being taught from mama and daddy. I don't give a damn who you are. It don't sometimes it don't feel right. The message feel a lot harsher when it's coming from that outside force. Sometimes you need that. But it feels better when a dad sits down with his kids or a mother sits down with her kids and she say, I love you. There's nothing wrong with expressing yourself as a young man, as a young female. There's nothing wrong with loving on your brothers and stop fighting on them. If you see a child that has low self-esteem, grab him by the hand and say, baby, come here. Come here. Take him to the closest mirror you can find. Stand behind them and say, I want you to repeat these words after me. I love you. I love you. And then step away. Put like little note cards up in the mirror on a daily basis. Affirmations. Have them to say those things. You know how you have to go to some people's houses and they got love, beautiful, love, happiness. These are affirmations. These stickers that you see in their house, this is because they want to create their environment. But they only create that environment for themselves. They're not creating it for nobody else. Talk to a little person. You know what I mean? Tell them that it's okay. Show them how to love on themselves. Yes, they are very powerful. Like Bianca was just saying earlier, she had to step to the mirror. Yeah, you look in the mirror every day, but you're not looking at yourself from that aspect. You combing your hair, you have another agenda. You have another purpose. And that purpose is to get whatever it is that you're done and get on out of there. But you're not really looking at you. You looking at the thing that you are doing, not at yourself. Standing in that mirror, man, because I'm trying to tell you, it done broke down the toughest. Because that is you. You are standing there and looking at your own reflection. For whatever it is, if you're fat, if you're short, you're tall, you're muscular, or if you're not. You looking at you, and you have to love yourself. Regardless of whatever. I'm a big dude. I don't care what you think about me. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, you ain't feeding me. You ain't putting no clothes on my back. You ain't giving me no positive feedback. You just being very negative. But I'm going to tell you one thing. I love you, though. Even though you don't like me. Even though you hate me. I'm going to make sure you see this face all the time. And I'm going to continuously telling you this one thing. Guess what? I love you. And after a while, you're going to keep on asking yourself this question like, why does this man keep on telling me he loved me? And you really look at it, and it's going to touch something in your soul. And then you're going to be like, you know what? I love you too, brother. That's when your breakthrough happens. You understand that? That's when that breakthrough comes about. You know what I mean? I was looking at this thing on Facebook, and this old school guy was talking to this young dude that was standing outside on the stoop. He was on the phone. And, he out there playing hard and all this other dope dealer, woo. Old man say, why you always acting so tough? Is it your mama? Is it your grandmama? Is it your daddy? And when he said your father, the boy started breaking down. He said, man, I ain't seen my daddy in so long, man. It was a touchy subject, and that's what that man need. Although the older gentleman was making a joke out of it, but can see that young man pain. And at that moment, it needed for a real man to step up and say, brother, it's okay to cry. It's okay to express yourself. We got you. It take a village. It does. It does.
You must think that today.
No, I seen that about a year ago. Damn. I got a good memory. And I be remembering things, especially when I be talking. You know what I mean? These tools, man, work. You feel me? When it come time, and I know I'm chewing gum and talking, man, but sometimes I get so worked up and I get so excited about delivery. You know what I mean? I got to do something. You know what I mean? I get that hey, this been brewing up in there for a minute. You know what I mean? I just have to let it out. But yeah, you know what I mean? It's something that we all need to do. We all have to be able to help each other and look out for one another. When people understand that it's not about race or color,
this world be so much
man, this
better.
world would be so much better. Because I don't care if you a white dude and I'm right there and you going through something because you don't have your father in your life, bro, it's okay. Express yourself. It's all right to express yourself. Let it out. Asian person, the same thing. I don't look at color.
Certain people don't know how to express themselves.
I don't look right. That's the whole thing. And they fear the unknown. That's the whole thing. See, we can go deep. I'm trying to tell you, we can get real deep with this subject. But I'm gonna keep it basic for you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna get too deep with it because you know what I mean, a lot of people might not like what I say. And that's fine too. But you know the truth. You know the truth behind it. You know what I'm saying? Like my motto is, and Bianca will tell you this, I'd rather tell you the truth and you be mad at me for the moment than tell you a lie and you hate me for a lifetime. You feel me? Because the whole time, if I tell you the truth up front, yeah, it might hurt your feelings. But you'll get over it. At least you told me the truth. But if I'm sitting up here and I'm lying to you, boy, the whole time,
yeah, you find out
find out that person lying, oh man, I'm gonna hate you. Not necessarily me per se, but that's how individuals think. They're gonna hate you. You know what I mean? So why not tell the truth to begin it? I mean, a lie is easy to tell. Yeah. But you got to tell another lie to cover up that lie, and another lie to cover up that lie, and another lie to cover up that one. Man, I got time for all that. That's a full-time job, man. You know what I mean? Covering up lies. What? No. I'm telling you.
I'm going to tell you the truth. Once you lie to a person the first time, they're not going to believe nothing else you say out your mouth. And it's crazy because when they ask you a question the next time, and you tell them the truth, they ain't even gonna believe you.
That's what I'm saying. You got to be honest from the jump. Yeah, from the gate. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, you can't trust them. If they lying to you, because you're gonna now everything that they say, you're gonna be like, man, you're gonna be side-eyeing them. Like, is that the truth? Is that really the truth? Are you telling me the truth? Hey.
Turn it down.
Who turned it up?
Peanut head.
We talking over here, man. We giving out good knowledge, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, we have to be able to, one, Always tell a person the truth, no matter how hard it, no matter how bad it hurt. You got to tell the truth. That's the first thing. Second, we all got to teach these young people that's coming up behind us respect and love. Okay. And the third thing is always make sure that you are giving a positive feedback, regardless of if another person is being negative. Now, if somebody walk up and put their hands on me, I'm not responsible for my actions. That's a whole different subject. But what I'm saying is, if everything can be prevented, why not show an individual how to handle the situation properly? You know what? And it's a lot of that's going on around here. People get mad and they do things because they don't, when a situation arises, they don't know how to handle it. That comes from us. If you know how to handle something better than another person is handling it, and you see that they are going through the same exact thing that you were going through, why not show them the way? Why not teach them? Why not grab their hand and say, no, I'm not going to do it for you. I'm going to show you how to do it. That comes back to that old saying again. If I give you a fish, you'll eat it for a day. But if I teach you to fish, that's all I'm doing. I just want to make sure that this message around here is getting out. You know what I mean? I'm doing all this talking. Bianca over here just playing with the phone. I'm sorry, y'all. I ain't trying to shut my woman out at all. I want to always make sure that her opinion is heard.
I'm used to it.
But you know what I mean? When I'm going.
I'm not the talking. He's the talkative. He's the talking one in relationship. I'm not. I just sit there. Mm-hmm. Let's go back to when you said, hold on. See, y'all typing fast. I don't blame you, but hard to keep up with. Might as well be honest from the jump. Okay, when Ken said, might as well be honest from the jump. Maybe when a person asks you about a situation, maybe you don't want them to know. That don't mean you lying to them. You just don't want them all up in your business.
Why
so is that considered lying?
Yeah, it is.
No, it ain't, because if you don't tell
a person. But if you tell a person straight up, like,
if you want the
person, I don't want you to know. I don't want you to know that. I think you're going a little bit too much. That's the truth. That's a true factual emotion that you digging too much. I don't want you in my business. Opposed to
that's true.
Sugarcoating it. Now, when they find out that you lying, that's still going. I mean, when the truth actually come out, they be like, "Oh, okay, that's what it was." Well, why didn't you just tell me that from the beginning?
They didn't want you to know. They weren't expecting it to come out in the open.
But the thing is, it came out. See, everything done in the dark will come to the light. I don't care how long it's going to take. It's going to come to the light. That's facts. It is what it is.
Thanks.
But what I'm saying is, if a person digging too deep, hey man, mind your damn business.
You can't say that to everybody. Everybody take.
No, ain't nobody gonna be all in my business like that. Regardless, if I'm just say for instance that I'm just meeting an individual, you know what I mean? We talking, we chatting, you know what I'm saying? We conversing back and forth. You ask me a question. A little too personal question. It's just I don't feel comfortable with expressing that with you right now. You can't do nothing but respect that. If you say it that way, what can they do? They're gonna get mad and want to fight you.
Everybody don't want to say it that way. Sometimes they just want to say, "Listen here."
No, they say no, and it's really yes. That's a lie.
It ain't got to be a no. Just want to look at your ass. We go ask that question. You ain't got to answer.
Then that's gonna make a person just give
sit there think.
Right. Then now everything gonna be running through an individual's mind. Like, okay, you gonna answer? Why not be straight up? Why not be straightforward? Like, no, it ain't none of your business. I don't feel like talking to you about that. Leave it at that. maybe at a later time, when I feel like opening up about that situation, I will. Can't do that and you've been in a relationship for no long time. What type of stuff is that? You can't do that.
Maybe it wasn't. Maybe the relationship wasn't as long.
Yeah, but look, if you straightforward about whatever it is, you are.
Excuse me, y'all. My back killing me.
No, I ain't do it either, so don't blame me.
No, I've been having these problems for a minute.
You been drinking some water?
Yeah, I've been drinking water.
We'll get you another bottle of water.
Yeah, Jeremy came stole it.
Oh, yeah, get you another bottle of water. Drink you a couple
That's not helping.
Okay, so you want to go to the doctor?
No. They ain't gonna do nothing anyway. Try to prescribe you some dang on pills, and I ain't down with that.
See what I gonna do?
That's all the doctors do is prescribe pills. Who want to get pills? Who want to take that stuff? Go to a massage place or have somebody step on my back. Do the Jeffersons.
You fidgeting, baby. What's wrong?
I ain't been paid.
Take something.
No. You see?
Okay, so would you rather sit here and that just doesn't, you know what? The way that I feel about things, you know what I mean? Like if something is bothering me, let's get it done and over with. Don't keep on sitting here complaining about it. Complaining is not going to make anything no better. It's going to continuously be the same situation over and over.
I just kept arching my back.
My back hurt. Take something.
Do you take medicine when you're in pain?
No, I have you rub it though.
Do that help?
It does.
Well, I don't want no medicine.
See,
I don't want
situation
no medicine.
Resolution. You know what I mean? Problem solved. You know what I mean? You don't have to sugarcoat anything. You know what I mean? Just be 100 up front.
I gotta check the food.
You gotta tell them excuse
me. I gotta check my food.
That's Bianca for you, man. I know my back's starting to hurt too, sitting right here on this bench, man.
Yeah, that's why I want to do the chairs.
Yeah, but yeah, man, that's a really deep, touchy subject. That it's something that we all fall short in. Because I'm pretty sure y'all done had a little cousin they come to y'all and ask y'all for the best advice. Oh, I see you out here getting it, woo, 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 woo. Blase, kippy. But is it the most positive thing? You know what I mean? Excuse me. Are they on the right path? Have you incorporated in y'all conversation anything about self-love? Anything about loving yourself? Do you understand the value of you? A lot of people don't. Man, please share this live. Y'all, hey, come on, talk back to me. Y'all just done got quiet, man. Thanks. See, y'all doing just like Bianca be doing. When I be talking,
that is some good.
When I be talking, she'll just be quiet. You know what I'm saying? Just be real quiet. I won't say nothing. I need y'all feedback. Come on, talk to me. Tell me what you're feeling about this topic.
You know who didn't listen to this topic? These young boys.
I'm glad that I have your ear, though. I'm definitely glad, Creole. I'm definitely glad that I have your ear, because it must be something that I'm saying that, you know what I mean, it's been like, okay, well, yeah, I can see that. I understand. You know what I mean? This is how I'm gonna, you know what I mean? You start putting a plan together in your head. All right, next time I talk to X, Y, and Z, I'm gonna do this. This is how our conversation gonna start off. This is what I'm gonna say. And I'm definitely gonna incorporate, hey, are you comfortable in the skin you in? Do you love yourself? Are you understanding the fact that love is power? That loving yourself is key to everything? You know what I'm saying? Like, man, that's a good thing. I'm happy I have your ear. Key, where you at? I ain't heard from you. I see an emoji. Y'all do me a favor and please share this if you can. Share it, share it, share it. We're gonna try to be on here about another, I don't know, whenever the topic die down. If you can, please share. Let's talk about this. This is a good topic because I definitely want somebody else that's in here. I'm sorry, baby. Yeah.
No, you can scoot over.
Oh, you scoot back over.
You know you in a minute. I'm staying with y'all.
I appreciate that, though. I appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that. We both appreciate it.
Yeah, listen to this topic. It really
it opens your eyes up to a lot of things.
Because before we got into a relationship, it was things that I did, shouldn't did. It's like I took how can I say, the way I was talked to when I was young and did it to my kids. But then when my husband came in the picture, he opened my eyes up. Yeah, people been telling me, my sisters, my dad, and them been telling me, but I ain't been listening. It's just when I had that, how can I say it? Oh,
yes, Kennedy, we still going.
Instinct, that feeling in my body as if, I was taught this way, so I should do the same to them. But I was told not to do that. It lowers their self-esteem. It's probably why I had a low self-esteem due to the fact how I was talked to when I was younger. And it took me a long time to build myself up and get myself together. Because, I did space myself out for my family members. Like, I literally had to go through some stuff to get my mind right. Because my mind was tore up. But now that I see with this subject that we were talking about today, I'm starting to teach our kids how to love themselves and don't matter what people call you and all that stuff. And people gonna hate on you regardless. They're gonna say what they want to say. They're gonna judge you overthink, but how to deal with the situation when somebody do come at them like that. Yeah, at first I didn't tell my kids I love them. I'm trying to, now I am. I've been starting about a year telling them I love them. Some of them say it, but when it comes to my older ones, they hesitate. It's hard for them to open up due to the fact how I used to do them, how I was dealt with.
Not abusive, but
not abusive, but verbally. I say verbally.
Not verbal. It maybe the harshness of the way, you know what I mean?
The delivery. That's what I said to them.
You know what I mean? The delivery of it. And see, as a man, you take the situation and you analyze the situation, and you have to see the best thing. Recognizing your flaws is the first step to improvement. We all broken. I commend you for making the step to break the circle. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, am I buffering? Oh, okay. But I mean, in a relationship, especially if you are, I can see the comments, but I can't hear. Oh, is it on out? Can y'all hear us? You know what I mean? Put the number 1 in the chat if you can hear.
You got to write one.
Yeah, write the word.
She buffering bad. Probably her internet.
Yeah.
I can see the comments, but I cannot hear. Yeah, it's probably her comment. Her.
Yeah, you might have to go out, type it, go out and come back in.
Oh, sure.
Please. Yeah, but like I was saying, when you are get when you are getting into a relationship, you know, a person that's strong and understands about the whole thing about loving themselves and how to love someone else properly and different things like that, you can sense when an individual have or need nourishment. You know what I mean? Is off and need some nourishment in that area. It's just like with friends. You know what I mean? You're not considered a true friend if you are not telling the person when they're doing bad.
Oh
And
wow.
you are not considered a true man to the individual or a woman to the opposite if you are not telling that person when they are doing bad. How else are you going to grow if you continuously allow somebody to keep that stinking thinking? How are we going to grow together? How are we going to build anything if we ain't on the same page? I'm on chapter 10 and you at the beginning of the book. That don't make any sense. Because you just starting what I've already been through. So we need to take the time, start off from square one together, and build this thing properly so we can make it strong. We as a people fail to do that. I mean, everybody, a relationship you have to have patience for. I'm telling you, you have to have a lot of patience. You have to be a patient person because you got to remember, you are two different people,
Mm-hmm.
come up from two different backgrounds,
Raised two different ways.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So you have to find that happy medium. That's what any relationship, but that comes from you learning to love yourself first and listening to, if you love yourself and, you're going to listen. So therefore you wouldn't put yourself in a bad situation because you have that understanding with thyself again. So when you're listening and you're looking, at a situation, you understand what you can do, how you approach the situation, so you can make it an overall better situation for the both of y'all. You know what I mean? That's what it's about. It's about teaching another individual something that they don't know. Clearly, we got to help each other, man. We do.